Hello and welcome to episode 278 of the Heart of Markness Led Zeppelin podcast. Howdy do. I am Mark. If this is your first time here, welcome. Well, welcome regardless, but extra welcome if it's your first time here. Here's what I do. Every week, I play selections from a live recording from Led Zeppelin or Led Zeppelin adjacent, like today. To you guys, I talk about context a little bit. I play a few tracks from the recording, and that's it. And then I tell you where you can get the entire thing for free, and we go on our way. Live music, it's super cool. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But just to let you know, at the offset, I do not play the entire concert, just a few tracks representative of the recording, as it were. And today, I am playing the last show on the Page Plant US Tour, 1995, the big reunion tour, the big Unledded Tour, at the Gorge in Gorge, Washington. Not too far from where I live in Portland. In fact, it's a superior venue. If you're going to go see somebody in this area, the Gorge is the place to go because it's like Red Rocks in Colorado. It's an outdoor amphitheater, and it's absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. And as a consequence, gigs at the Gorge tend to be a little more magical because it's such a, holy shit, gorgeous place. I did not go see them at the Gorge. I saw them in Portland the night before, or a couple nights before. But had I a time machine, I would have seen them at this show because it is a great one. And the recording is spectacular because it's a lovely third eye recording, a first gen off the master of Terry's fantastic recording. Third eye, for those who don't know, back on the Page Plant, in the Page Plant days, there was a gentleman named Terry Stevenson who would, or Third Eye, who toured, followed the band on tour and would record in audio and video the concerts. And I don't know if it was from the beginning or at some point, the band was aware of this and he gave them copies of their stuff, of the recordings he's made. They said, yay, cool. And at that time on the 95 tour, Page Plant had a taper section, I believe, like the Dead. So he was able to set up in a prime spot in front of the soundboard, which with his good professional equipment, and not have to hide it in his coat and kind of shit. It was out in the open and legit. Therefore, the recording is absolutely spectacular. Mike Millard quality? Yeah, Mike Millard quality. I think he recorded to digital audio tape too. I don't recall, and don't quote me on that, but it might have been the case. In any case, he's responsible for many, if not most, of the really great live Page Plant videos. And back in the day, before we had all this great streaming videos and it was videotapes, boy, was he a godsend. He had I think he had the entire, or almost the entire, Japanese tour videoed too. Really good stuff. Yay. Well, thank you to him. Thank you, Third Eye. Once again, capturing history, because there aren't live recordings of the Page Plant tour out officially. There are some semi-official King Biscuit Flower Hour kind of things, but this is what we have to do to listen to this, and it is great. All right. Hey, I didn't talk for too long. 4 minutes. That's good enough. Let's, speaking of this recording, let me read you the set list. You can go right now to heartofmarkness.com and get this entire recording, not just the songs I'm going to play, but the entire concert recording from Third Eye, which I said is a first-generation tape from the master. All right, here we go. The track list is, they open with The Wantin' Song, then into Bring It On Home, and Ramble On, and Thank You, Shake My Tree, a Coverdale Page tune, Lullaby, a Cure song, because they had Paul Thompson, the guitarist for The Cure, part of their band on this tour, No Quarter, the acoustic one from this album, the Unledded, Gallows Pole, the Hurdy-Gurdy solo, which is always awesome, When the Levee Breaks, The acoustic version, Hey Hey What Can I Do, which is fun. The song remains the same, which is cool with two guitars. Since I've Been Loving You, wonderful. Dancing Days, Calling to You, the Robert Plant solo song, which is excellent. Four Sticks, In the Evening, which you know I love. Black Dog, and then they finish it up with Kashmir, which was epic on this tour because they had orchestras, Egyptian orchestra and a regular standard Western orchestra. Of course, great keyboards because it was the mid-90s and they had good keyboards. And Jimmy had his super duper awesome trans performance, whatever, that Gibson with the buttons that changed the tuning. So cool stuff all around. And what am I going to play for you? What I'm going to play for you, friends, is I listened to this whole thing beforehand just to get into the groove and the vibe and find what I was going to play. I am going to start with Shake My Tree. Now, usually on this tour, Shake My Tree could be a touch lackluster from Mr. Plant because he's singing David Coverdale's lyrics. But on this tour ending, there is some oomph and some yum and some power in this. And it's a great performance of this tune. And it's great. I mean, Jimmy's always knocking it out of the park with this tune because it's his and he loves it. But Robert is all in on this as well, which really makes this, in my mind, a magical, if not magical, then at least wonderful and noteworthy performance. And let us listen to this. This is July 6th, 1975 at the Gorge.
Keep on, push it, baby. Like you never ever been in love before. I told you once, told you twice. I ain't no schoolboy, I can't sacrifice. You want my love, you want mine. So love me, baby, but you don't know how. Keep
That was good, right? Poppin'. The band is tight on this. I mean, I usually point that out. I'm more of a 98 tour guy. But this is brilliant. The band is on top of it, and like I said, I listened to this whole recording prior to, so I could pick out the good songs for you. And what struck me was both Robert Plant's commitment, which is it's the last night of the tour, so he doesn't have to hold back at all because he doesn't have to keep anything in the tank for the next show. So he can be a little more strident and cut a little more loose with his vocals. I understand that. And it's celebratory and going out with a bang on a high note. I also get that. That's all folded in there. But what I didn't expect was to be impressed by the bass playing of Charlie Jones. Now, I know he's a fine bass player. I have no beef with that. He's absolutely wonderful bass player. But he doesn't often grab my attention, other than a few places like in Nobody's Fault But Mine on the Unledded album with the upright bass. Some of those slides are beautiful. But on this show, I mean, he's doing some really cool shit in my mind. And, of course, the recording being so epically wonderful doesn't hurt at all because everybody's heard. It is super duper cool. I hope you like it. I hope you're hearing the same things I'm hearing. I'm hearing enthusiasm and talent and tightness. Man, super duper. And, the theremin stuff and the wow, Jimmy just loves that. But because the recording is in such great stereo, it is, it's more like experiencing at the venue and not just something you have to just endure. So, what do we have next? What I have next for you, my friends, is a simply wonderful performance of Dancing Days, which you are going to absolutely love. It's not acoustic or anything. It is straight up Dancing Days, and it has the orchestra involved, and it's just... They did such a good job. I mean, they had 1 million people involved, and it must have cost a fortune. But, they were sponsored. I think they were sponsored by Bud Light or something, which at the time I'm like, oh my God, man, they sold out. But then now I realize, well, shit, if you're traveling with an Egyptian orchestra, so you've got like a dozen guys you're traveling with, and then you have an orchestra in every city that you also have to pay for, and the sound people and all that stuff. Yeah, they had Bud sponsored, so they got a flat fee guaranteed. And Bud Light, or whoever it was, paid that tremendous overhead to run the logistics from city to city and all that shit for all those people. Good business decision, fellows, even though if at the time I thought it was a little cheesy. I get it. So, friends, Romans countrymen, Dancing Days, July 6th, 1995, at the Gorge.
To continue with the idea of the travel and the mystery and the magic, we've now been given some new magic from the facility to be able to work in a different time with musicians that we've always admired from other cultures. So tonight, it's a great honor to introduce to you for the last time in the United States before they go home and have to act real. From Cairo, Egypt, would you give a warm welcome to the Egyptian pharaohs?
What I really like about that track, aside from the thickness of the sound, the bass is really well represented there, is the Egyptian pharaohs, the Egyptian orchestra, and that percussion underneath. I love that. They do that in the evening too, and I crow about that in every Page Plant concert from this tour because of that. But it's usually buried so deep in the mix you can't really hear it, although you do kind of feel it. There, towards the end, on that second reprise where they come back in, super duper good. Super duper good. And really, really, really brings something cool to that. It's similar with that little break with just the percussionists before they jump back into the bow-do-do-do-do is reminiscent of what they do in Kashmir too. They do that little break where it's just the bow-no-no-no. So it's a theme they have running through. I really like that performance a lot. The boys were in super top form on this, closing out the tour on a high note, and it makes me happy. You know what else makes me happy? You, dear listeners. You can find me on YouTube as The Heart of Markness. I have a YouTube channel. I'm on Instagram as Heart of Markness Zep Podcast. I'm on X as Heart of Markness. There is a Facebook group called Heart of Markness with about 300 people in it. You are welcome to join and talk about live Zeppelin, live music, etc., 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 etc. Share your memories, share your photos, etc. Lots of etceteras because there's lots of etceteras. And, of course, there is what I mentioned earlier, the heartofmarkness.com, which is just a real simple WordPress blog I have set up where I can post not only the podcasts, but the link to the recording I'm featuring. So you go to heartofmarkness.com, that whole set list I read to you earlier, that's where you get that for free. I got it for free because it's meant to be traded for free. Page Plant set up that tapers section because the understanding is that the tapers trade freely. So, it is very cool. Now, bootlegs are, of course, bought and sold, but you tend to get better quality with the audience tapes and the taper community, who are very stringent with their lineage preservation, recording the lineages, and being honest about them, which bootleggers sometimes are not. Here endeth the lesson. I also have a Patreon. If you like what you're hearing and you would like to support what you're hearing in a tangible way, there's a couple ways. If you just are so enthused and enraptured by my podcast that you simply must give me money, I will take it. I have a Ko-Fi, Heart of Markness, ko-fi.com/Heart of Markness. If you just want to do a one-time, here's some money, totally welcome. Buy me a coffee kind of thing. Totally welcome to do that. There's also, as I said, you can become a patron of the podcast and be one of the titans upon whose shoulders rests this humble yet mighty podcast. And you get some perks. You get podcasts just for you. For example, just yesterday, I did a podcast for the patrons on the Chicago Soundcheck 1973, which also might have been July 6th. Huh, that's weird. I can't remember. Oh, July 6th today with the podcast. And things like that. They also get discounts off my merch, which I also have now. Merch, t-shirts, mugs, all that shit. Merchofmarkness.com. It finally happened 7 years later. And I think it kind of ties in with the getting my shit together and not being such a fucking scattered mental health mess. Getting medication for my myriad medical issues and feeling better and being healthier and more together allows me to do cool shit like get my goddamn merch store up. So it is up. It is there, merchofmarkness.com. I have ordered some things from it so I can just evaluate myself because I don't want to sell you guys garbage. So it should get in by the end of next week, which would be the end of August 2024. And I will, of course, talk about that and speak of the quality, etc. But yeah, merchofmarkness.com. There's some good stuff there, hopefully. And yes, but back to the patrons, the titans upon whose shoulders rests this humble yet mighty podcast. They are as follows. A Laurel and hearty handshake go out to Keith and Tilda. Steve, thank you for reaching out to me, Steve. Happy to provide that for you. George, Big Ed, Kenny, John from West Footscray, Picard, Wayne, Brad, Danielle, Tracy, Other, Ultimate, David with the best news in the world. Bless you, my friend. I'm so happy to hear. Bonzo Billy, and the person who just liked 19 months of Patreon stuff. Thank you. Mimo, my first patron, and he's still sticking around. 4.5 years running. Thank you, my friend. It means the world to me. I love you all. Thanks. So yeah, patreon.com/heartofmarkness if that's something that calls to you. And, good segue, Donahue. If it calls to you, speaking of calling to you, the next song I'm going to play is Calling to You. Yeah, it is. It's Calling to You. From the Robert Plant Fate of Nations album, great tune, and a vehicle for a few little medleys. So let us play Calling to You. Now, if I recall, there are a couple places where it sounds like Robert's wireless mic might have glitched out, like the batteries might have been going out or something, because it sounds like Robert glitches out. It doesn't sound like it's a recording issue, like a glitch in the digital recording, because the rest of the band seems to be okay. I think it's just Robert. And it's just in a couple places, but I think it is, the first place it manifests is on the opening lyric, so you might hear that. But the performance itself, out of this world. So let's listen to it. Calling to You.
turn away. Treasures, toss our treasures, still they come, still they hide. We got to the other side. We got to the other side. We got to. Lots of people talking, till they know. Son of the world was created below. You're hanging the views, telling all your lies. I relax it, baby, oh, you hypnotized. I don't know where you're going now, only know just where you live. Sweet little baby, I want you again and 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 again. It's going to
See what I mean? Little something extra there. Extra tight, super tight band. I don't know why. I've been listening to a lot of it because of Dario Romero's channel. He has a lot of remastered 95 tour stuff up there, and I've been listening to it and really gaining an appreciation for the tour. So expect to hear maybe more of it. There'll still be Zeppelin. Next week I'll try and bring a Zeppelin show back. But damn, that was pretty awesome. Robert, of course, committing 100%. The rest of the band on top of it. Jimmy, of course, in great form. Yeah, holy shit, made me happy to hear. I hope it made you happy to hear too. All right, I will be back next Sunday with more good music. Thank you very much. Check out merchofmarkness.com. See if there's something there for you. Christmas is coming up. And be good to yourselves and each other. Talk to you soon. Bye.